Will I need some more light? Maybe that'd be better. Hello everyone. Let's get us right. Whew. Where's my box? And I'm going to get some bits out. Hi Leslie. That was a rush. I had to run up the stairs, I did. Whew. I hope you've all had a fabulous day. It's gone really quick today. It's just all blurred into one. I'm just looking for something in my little box. There's a few things I want to show you. Now, obviously, on the live I did this morning, if you haven't yet seen it, I would highly recommend looking back and going over it, because I showed so many different card concepts. And tonight I'm going to make a couple of them and give you some tips and techniques on a few things as well. So thank you for joining me. Do you know what? I would, if I had brains, I would be dangerous. I didn't bring my glasses up. I'll just get by. I'll squint unless Paul's watching and he thinks, do you know what? I'll be really kind and take her glasses up to her. He might. You never know. Okay, so while we're waiting for people to join, I did just want to show these again. Hello Hazel, bought something today and I might buy another stamp set tomorrow. Fabulous, Jax. That's brilliant. Even though, thank you, Vanessa. I'm glad you love it. I honestly, when this was in the making, I wanted something that would coordinate in with the squares and the circle theme that I did before. Paul is watching. That's a dig, isn't it? Paulie, I need glasses. And this was, the way it evolved was just magic, because I just suddenly thought, when it's cutting all of those together and having that box with all of the little discs or squares ready to stamp up your alphabet, it's going to save you so much time. And, you know, cutting them out of different colours, you're just going to have this lovely big pot of gorgeousness. Oh, I've been missing everything. Looking forward to trying the dies. Brilliant. I packed your order, Val. I can hear Paul now, he's coming. Looking forward to seeing more dies.
Slave on the run.
He's coming. Oh, I can hear myself on your thing. Thank you. Right, they clean. Oh, that's better. I'm just going to glance back, see if I can answer anything. Roll on payday. Yes. Hiya, Donna. Hope you're feeling better. Evening. Sorted that. Right, okay. I think it's time to get making. So I'm going to flip the camera and I'll just show you a few little bits before we start. Come on. Sorry about that little jolt. I just need to get it in the right position. It just didn't quite feel right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, look at those. Do you know what? The size of those is just so perfect for any size card. I just wanted to show you these again because they do make me smile every time I see them. And it's just the precision and everything. You know me with straight lines. I'm terrible. We've just had our garden done and the fun and games we've had because a line is wonky, you wouldn't believe. This one makes me so happy as well. Well, they all do. This is the thing. So these are larger size cards. Now, I was thinking of maybe doing a little bit of a workshop or something. But I'm going to cover lots of stuff in some lives as well. I just love the colour palette on this. I love Julie's hand-picked florals. I think they're a perfect size because you've got some large, you've got some sort of like medium and smaller, and I just think they really work well on the cards. I'm just going to go to the bottom of there. Brilliant. And then last but not least, oh, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I'd love an online workshop, please. Yeah, I think, you see, realistically, to cover stuff like this in an online workshop would be perfect, I think. So I will get to that. I'll work on it. I'm just a little bit for time at the moment. Sorry. Okay, so I thought we would have a little look at how to extend the squares or circles down. And as I've done squares on this card, then maybe I'll use the circles on one. And just show you how easy it is to create different backgrounds. So to start off with, I'm going to move them over. I have got my die cutting machine next to me. Now it's really hard because I'm using a Pro Cut, and I know everybody has a different machine. It will work through a big shot. I'm just going to run something through and emboss it so that you can see. But it will be a different layer format. So just check your machine. But it is basically the same as if you're cutting a die, but you have your rubber mat in there with it. So I'm going to pop my rubber mat down. Then I'm going to grab myself a piece of card. I'm working on my small desk, so I haven't got a lot of room. Let's just cut this to a square to start off with. So we have got, let's go 14.5. Okay, so I placed my card on there. And then these ones that cut into the card, you can place down wherever you want. So I could put one in. Would help if I could pick them up. I could put 2 in. I could put 3 in. Honestly, the choice is yours. You might not want all these, but it would make a fabulous little base. So just eyeball it. When you're happy, can't even see the cutting plate. It's because it's clear. Put lid on. See, as I've done that, I can see that that middle one is just slightly off. It is slightly. Now I am going to flip that over, and there's a reason. It's because when you work on the Pro Cut, the 5mm plate should always be on the top. So I layered that up a little bit wrong, but it's fine. Right. You shouldn't be hearing all that. If you hear all of that, it generally means it's popping through the card. And I've got a few little tiny bits there, look. But look at that. Just look at that. So you can brayer over this, you can blend over it. I'm just wondering how I could change the pressure on that. Maybe it's the thickness of card, actually. Yeah, it is a thick one. Just go for a slightly thinner card to emboss so that you don't pop through. I mean, it doesn't matter for what I'm going to use it for, because I would pop that on top of another piece. But it's a lovely, lovely deep emboss. I loved it. You know, on this morning's live, I was talking about fried eggs. Because I'm buying my pot at home. Look at these. They look like fried eggs, don't they? And I got that because I had die cut and I kept my die in place. And I inked through to make my sunflower card. And then when I took this away and popped the circles out, that's what I got. But I've kept them all because, can't even find one now, because they look brilliant with the little alphabet stamped on it. So, yeah. So that is how you would emboss. Now, I'm just wondering if I have got, because this might help somebody. Yes, I have. Right, so if you have got a big shot machine, which a lot of you probably have, and you wanted to emboss on this is going to be guesswork, isn't it? Let's try. Just the base plate, one of the cutting plates. Let's just grab a little bit of card. So the rubber mat down, pop the card on. I'm just going to put a little one on there this time, just to see, to make sure I've got the right layer format. That's still popping, but it might be better. Oh, my plates are dirty. Okay, so I think that's too much pressure. So what, if you're using a big shot, put your plastic shim in, then your rubber mat, then your card, then your die. You can't see this. Okay, so base plate, plastic shim, rubber mat, card, die face down into the rubber, and then a cutting plate. This should reduce the pressure because the shim is less. You see, that's not enough pressure now. But this is, it's the playing around. So, well, it's embossed into there. And it hasn't popped through. So I know if I'm going to use my big shot, I would use that layer. But I would just pop an extra piece of card in. So if I just run this through one more time and then we will move on. So I would have that. I would pop a piece of card in as a shim. Then my cutting plate. Run that through, and that gives it, that's better. Much better. There we go. So now we've got that beautiful, if I turn it over, you'll see it a lot better. That beautiful emboss. In fact, will that, just grab an ink. Just so that you can see how it's a real good crispy line on there. So I would highly recommend having a play with embossing and creating some fabulous backgrounds with those. I'm going to put this one away now because I don't need this one. Okay. Oh. Come on. That's it. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the DL card. And it's not a card blank that I own. I'm going to make my own. So I'm going to take some Media Artist card. It's just A4. So I'm going to cut it. This is 21. So I'm just going to cut it 21 this way. Slide that along. So we'll cut it at 21 and score it at 10.5. That gives us our perfect DL card blank. Now then, if I bring this in, just to show you, I do a lot of things by eye, and once I've placed my first die down, I kind of get the feel, so long as I centralise it and come down roughly about that far. Did I fold that? That's better. Centralising that piece. I would be happy to go with that. But if you wanted to be sure, there are ways around it. So I would need to first off find that centre point. So I would bring in my trimmer. I'll show you the proper way to do it, and then obviously if you decide to go cheats way like me, then you can. So I'm going to take my score tool and just rub that in the middle. Well, in fact, I'll just go across a little bit, just so that I can see the line. You're not going to, I don't suppose. There is a line there. That is my centre point. And then I've got my tape. Let's get some of that out. Come on, find the end. Okay, so now I just want to use this centre of here on that line, get it nice and straight, centralise it. When I'm happy, pop that down, and I'm ready to go. So, just get my plates. Pop that on there. And cut. I'm just scanning back to see if there's anything, but thank you everyone for joining. It's wonderful to see you all again. Look at these, love them. Okay, scoop them to the side. And then put them in my big box. I have got a big box here because I did a lot of prep at home. Scoop them out of the way. Now I've got two options here. I can line this up on this side and stick it in, or I can use the previous cut. Now if I flip that over, you'll see the circles behind, and you just get that lined up, which is exactly where it is now, and you can tape that in position and cut. But I wouldn't be, mind you, that's even-ish, isn't it? Yeah, let's go with it. Because the idea is showing you the best ways. So that's if you want to join up and overlap. And then if I wanted to extend it out one more row, I absolutely could. I would just overlap it by one. I mean, already, that's like pristine, isn't it? I love the symmetry. It's just perfect. Okay, and then, so we overlapped one, didn't we? Get that in place. You wouldn't believe I'm actually standing up doing this. Okay. Just going to put that down. Stick that in place, and we'll run that one through. Now already that's like 36 or more dots into my pot. I've got so many more here. I'm going to take a massive scoop. Look at all of these. Fried eggs and all sorts in there. They make brilliant little shakers for shaker cards as well. In fact, I like this. I like it with the bigger border. Okay, that makes me quite happy. So at the minute, this is a blank canvas. This will work with absolutely anything in your craft stash at home. Whether it's dies, whether it's stamps, anything will work on there. Male, female, teenager, baby. And that was our thinking behind it. Let's just pop that. It's going to kind of be one of those go-to dies. Okay, we'll start and we shall decorate it. Oh, ow. I'm going to drop you down a bit now. There we go. Right. So because I'm onto like a media artist card, it means that I can do use my water reactive inks or my oxides or my distress inks and get some good flicky marks on there. So, colour palette. Do I do the rainbow? I think I might do the rainbow. I do like a rainbow. Let's go for this one first. There we go. So I hold this shut. Give that a nice blend over. Then I'm going into a yellow. And an orange. I'm lower than the camera now, so managed to catch a live. Congratulations, Hazel. Oh, thank you, Dee. It's been a very busy day. Much thanks to you all. And I think that's the case for all of the suppliers. And they've all been selling well across the board, which is brilliant. I'm going to move down onto red. I mean, look at that already. Love it. Let's go purple. Oh, go on then. Let's have a bit of pink first. It's a very similar colour, but it'll be fine. It's two the same. I'm going straight into the purple. So I'm actually going to go over that. Now, see that there? Can you see that? Got a white mark. That's actually, I don't know if I can get it off now. I'll try with Julie's magic rubber that she bought me. And I've got it out somewhere. It's off the sticky tape. I don't know if it will come off because it's under the ink, but we'll try. Well, it's rubbing the ink away, which is good. And it. Purple. Then we will go into a lovely blue. See, look, I'm hovering now. Let's go into this blue. And then we will have aqua. I've gone quiet now. There we go. So when the card opens, you've got that lovely kind of detail in the background. Love that. So I think what we'll do is we will use, now I've got a box of Julie's stuff somewhere. So this is me being organised. I've got I did get those out. Where is the... Ah, it's right by my die cutting machine. This one here is the birthday background because I just wanted a little bit of text. Now, obviously, we've got lots of kind of textured background stamps in our stashes, but I thought this was quite nice because it's got the birthday kind of verses. And I'm going to randomly, I'm not going to get a perfect print all the way down. I'm just going to pretty randomly do it. And I'm going to just grab... I'm going to do it in the black, but it'll be lighter than if it was VersaFine, if that makes sense. So this isn't on a block because it doesn't need to be really. So I just drop it down and just rub here and there. So you get little bits, and I just think it gives a really nice effect. And if there's anywhere where you want a bit, there isn't a bit, you can just pop it back on. So that gives us that kind of effect there. And now I'm just going to give that a nice little bit of a spritz. And we'll take that off with some kitchen towel. Crikey, that was a lot of water, Hazel. Oh, lovely. Dry through there as well. I don't want to get the inside of the card dirty. Okay. I really like that. And in fact, I like it so much, I'm going to bob a little bit on the inside. And again, it really doesn't matter. It could just be a little bit here and there. And the key is not pressing down too hard, just almost making contact. Okay, it just gives it a little bit more when it opens. It gives you a peek on the inside. So there's our card blank. And now we're going to decorate him. Now on my original, I used my botanical twigs that I've got in my stash. But on this one, I think we will use... You see, I could have gone that way, couldn't I? Never mind. Let's go for, just because they're on my desk, the the Hellies. Something's telling me to say Helenium. It isn't. It's Helenium, isn't it? Peter's Heleniums. Let's take that out of the way. Turn that over so it looks pretty. And then we will pop that one in there. So I might stamp a few together. Any old how. And then I'm going to sneeze. I'm so... Excuse me. Make sure I get good print. Perfect. So then I'll just cut those out. Now then. I've got two. Now, do I use me snips or me little ones? I'm going to give this a nice little border. Must admit, these are quite cute to get in there. I can't believe I'm doing all this cutting out in front of you. Won't take long. And I think these are going to be multicoloured rainbow heleniums. Give that a wiggle in there. Okay. I can't see any comments because Bless me. Thank you, Julie. That's okay, Yvonne. It doesn't matter because it's going to be on, it'll be kept on the page and you can watch it at your leisure as well. So all is good in the world. I know it's kind of a funny time because it's tea time, but for some, I'm an early eater, me. Okay. Gorgeous. Oh, in fact, do you know what? I'm not going to be colouring these in because they just pop off of that card like that. They look stunning. Okay, let's get these ones cut out. I'm going to just quietly whiz away and do it. Hopefully. You know, like when you're cutting out, like when you've not got people watching, you just kind of it just happens. You just do it. And before you know it, you're whizzing around. But when you're doing it on a live, it's like you're going in slow motion. It's a very strange feeling. So Paul cooked me my tea. I've had lovely gammon with egg and peas and fries. So, right. The reason I stamped all three is because I think it's important to have a little bit more height. Oh yeah. And then I'm going to have the last little one at the bottom. I'm so sorry about this sniffy sniff. I felt a bit ropey. Nothing major. But you know us women, we soldier on. Okay. Last little bit. And I'm actually going to cut off that little leaf at the side. Okay, let's make room. Now then, I'm going to give these a little bit of a shape. They would look beautiful coloured in, but I just feel like they need to be black and white on this. I'm just giving them a little shake, and then I'll put a little bit of foam behind and show you a little trick. So, what have I got? Just make these smaller. Oh, please don't rip. Okay. Stuck to my nail. Pop that one on there. And then there and there. Give that a press. And then can we get a bit wider on this one? I think we can. Go across there. I'm going to cheat and just put a couple on. And then this last one. There we go. Now all of them little discs that we popped out of there, I chucked them into here, but I actually need to make sure I've got the mixed media, the Media Artist colour, because it's cream. I'm just going to fish some of those out, because what you can do is when we stick these in place, if there's foam pads showing on the other side, we can pop one of these on the back and it stops this sticky from sticking to your card. That should be enough, I think. I'll just scoot them to the side. Okay, and also before I stick anything down, I want to have a look at my wording dies and decide what kind of card this is going to be. And something about this is just screaming thank you to me. I don't know if you all agree. Now, I have got a little packet of lots cut out that pulled it for me. So I'm going to see if I've got thank you. Ah, do you know what? I have got a thank you, but I am going to cut it again, and there's a reason behind it, because I'm using Media Artist card. So, grab myself a little bit of card and grab my thank and you. And I am just going to whiz it through this machine because it's here, as opposed to my little one, which is packed away in a box. Just need a little bit of black card now. That one there. Thank and you. That was the smaller one. I have the big one there. This one here. Maybe this one here. If you're trying to do this and your card keeps popping up, just open it out, give it a squidge, and then it's going to sit flat. Okay, so thank you. Thank you. Tweezers, Hazel. And some glue. We're just going to grab a drink. I'm just scanning while I'm going to have a drink now. Okay, let's layer these up. Make sure that you can see. Yep. What's that one? There is a great Paul. A man multitasking. He's 1 in a million and definitely... Ah. I'm not going to be able to get in the lounge with his head in a minute. Behave, everyone. Thank. And you. So I like to, before I commit, I just want to see where this is going. Kind of rough. Do I have it down here? Do I have it up there? You see, I feel like a little bit of a cluster down here might be perfect. And we've got that nice little gap that it's going to fill in, which will go a bit higher. You see, you're all probably shouting at the screen. I quite like it like that. Top, middle or bottom? Okay, votes please. Thumbs up for top and love heart for bottom. Love hearts, love hearts, love hearts. Oh, one thumbs up, love hearts. Love hearts wins, that's down the bottom. Okay, let's commit. I'm just committing now. I wish I'd have opened the window. Whew. That one. And then... Now this with some, I'm keeping this white, but it would look so beautiful with some glitter glue on it. I'm just wondering, before I commit to that, do I like it like that? I feel like I do. Do I want it in the centre? Do I? No, I think it's got to go there. Just commit, Hazel, commit. You know all the cards I make all of the time? Can you imagine? Can't make a decision. I'm going to go for flat on these ones. Thank you. Beautiful. Nice little bit of glitter glue. Let's get some nice little, just on them lovely little buddy bits. Oh, and some of the stems, because it'll be, oh, and some of the leaves. You see, this is the thing with glitter glue, you can't step away from it. Does it half make a difference though when you're leaving something plain? Just adds that little bit. Okay, now, oh, you know what's going to happen, don't you? So on the back, these ones here, you just pop in. It would have been better if I'd have done this before I put the glitter glue on, but you know, where would the fun in that be? Pop these on top. That's a clever little trick, isn't it? And then when you shut your card, you're not going to get, it's not going to stick together. Come on. I hope there's only one more. Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? Okay, let's just... There we go. You can see the sparkle on there. A really kind of quick, once you've decided where everything's going, simple card extending, and that is just using, I mean, if I could find the die, Hazel, that would be good. One die from one set. We've got those ones, like so, and then we've also got this one as well. So what we'll do now, shall we have a look at extending this one? But I'll flip, because I've just done one with the circle. I mean, they're a match made in heaven. This is like, you couldn't possibly choose between them, could you? That's like having a, oh, I can't say scone, a scone with only having jam in it and not cream. Right, so for this time I'm going to have a little A6 card, and shall I do it in mixed? Yeah, might as well, having a media artist kind of day. So I'm just going to cut this at 15. And score at 10.5. That'll give me a lovely A6 card. Okay. Now, with this, if you do own or are going to purchase both sets of these, the outside edges on both of them are exactly the same size. Okay, so it's easy to lay down these to guesstimate. I'm saying guesstimate, but we did measure the other one, you see, so that you get an equal border around everything. Now, what you'll notice on here is that one there there should be 6 holes there, 6 holes there, and then 1 in the middle, because there's 13. I hope I've counted that right. I bet there's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so on the circles, it's 17 long, and on the squares, it's 13 long. Okay, so that is my halfway point, so that when I've cut 1, I would come up to that point, and then I would get equal holes, if that makes sense. So to get my positioning right for the first one, if I've got both sets, I can just use that, like so, to go, do you know what? That looks about right to me. Stick that down. And away I go. But if you want to measure between and mark a little line like I did on the last one, of course you can do that too. Crafting is fun, and I think it's only a piece of card. If you don't get it 100% right, chop the front off of it and taper it so that it's right, and you can have it as a topper on the card. Okay. Oh, I love them. Take your tape off. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. So now, just slide this over. I can feel, I'm just going to stick that on there because I can feel that it's gripped. Turn it over to check. It's gripped into each of those holes. And looking at that, I've got 3 equal segments. Make sure you do scuff all of the little bits off, because what will happen is if you don't, it will emboss into your card. And we'll run that one through. Now, on my live this morning, I did say that Peter's cornflowers and poppies would go perfect on these little panels, so that's what I've got out. But I'm going to kind of do a different vibe with them, I think. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So easy to do as well. Right, I'm going to remember to check my feet before I go down the stairs, or I'll be bringing all these bits down with me. Now, you could bring your ruler in. I'm just going to measure this. Yeah, 3 by 7.5. So I'm just going to cut 3 little layers, and I'm going to keep them the same size. And we can stamp our poppies on there. 7.5 I said, didn't I? 3, 6, 9. Okay. Hope they're the right size now. They could have been a bit small, Hazel. 3 by 7 would be perfect. Not 7.5. Try again. Okay. Again. Yeah, that's perfect. Do you know, I think my die moved slightly there. I am absolutely going to fess up to it. Yes, it did. My die moved slightly, so I haven't quite got circles there. You probably can't see it from there, but I am a very honest person, so I will tell you that I've done it. But it's fine. Right, let's have a look at these then. Get myself a little stamping block, because they're little tiddlers. And I'm going to stamp a different one on each one. Can we see that all right? These are lovely. This one. And I think my sentiment for this one is going to be with love. Beautiful. Move that to the side. Now I wonder if I've got, there's a love background. Is that with? No, that's a thank. Let's. You see, the thing is, by the time I've looked through, there, that's a with love. I'm still going to need to cut the words for it now. With love. And I quite like love you as well. I don't know, there's just something cute about it. You see these, you can make the most beautiful, I don't very often do clean and simple, but how effective. Just going to put the with love. Part of me thinks I need to go like that at the top. Come on. That's one. No dies were harmed during this exercise. Are you still okay for light? Because it is starting to darken off. I'm just going to open the blind. That's better. Okay. So I'll pop my with love together. It's weird because we've made 2 cards and we haven't even just used the basic, like the largest one. I blame it on my head today. The basic one yet. Oh, we did. We embossed it, didn't we? You will never ever be short of a different card idea once you've bought into these dies. So they are screaming to be raised. There's always... Right. So, again, I like to just have it the other way round so I can make sure that they are straight. Like I say, to see a clean and crisp card from me is like a miracle. But just recently, the last couple of workshops that I've done, we've done sort of like black and white pieces, and they look so classy. Okay. Give that a squeeze. Check that. Oh dear, Hazel, what were you doing there? That's a bit low. Do it again. It's either that or I've cut it shorter than the other one. That's fine. Okay. With love. Now they do need to be a bit closer. Like that. Bit closer. Oh, can't go any closer now. Oh, sorry. I've got to see if I can get that off. I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. I'm usually quite... I'm not going to, am I? Is it? Step away from the card, Hazel Eaton. This is going over the black mark. Okay, normally I wouldn't like so much of a big gap there, but as you saw, I stuck it down too quick. Now, that looks beautiful in black and white, but it would also look lovely with a little bit of colour. So, of course, I'm just going to add a little splash. A little splash of colour on there. Bit of red. Bit of blue. And a splash of green. Okay. I'm going to keep it quite washed out, I feel. I probably won't. I'll probably darken it up. Not very decisive today, am I? Here we go. Just give them a splash. Is that a leaf? That's a petal. And it doesn't matter if you leave white bits, it kind of makes it look a little bit more abstract-y, kind of professionally, kind of, yeah. Where's that puddle of water? And then a little bit of green. I could have done them a little bit thinner, but there we go. And that gives us a really nice, simple panel card. Now, obviously, I've got so many ideas and things that I could show you, but I'm actually so struggling to breathe. Let me just... I'm going to turn you. I'm really struggling to breathe, and I'm very aware that I keep snuffling, and it's not a very nice sound. Put a tiny heart between the with and love to balance it out. That's what I'd be... Oh, that's a great idea, Betty. Now, do you know what? Tiny heart. I feel a glossy coming along. Oh, would you look at that? Now, do I use red or blue, Betty? Because it was your choice. Heart for red and thumbs up for blue. Heart for red. Heart for red. That's beautiful. Right, red it is. I bet I've put it on one key. Oh. Come on. I did it. Little heart. Thank you, Betty. See, one of the simplest things, my brain isn't working. I hope you've enjoyed it. Massive thank you for buying into the collection. Overwhelmed is probably the word. There is a list of all of the stockists on the top of the page. And even if you've got to wait till payday, fingers crossed there's some there for you. But yeah, I love it, and thank you. Thank you for joining me. And if you've already ordered yours and it's on its way, have fun over the weekend playing. Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.